Hey everybody, it's Jason Lindsay with the Business of Fitness and jasonlindsay.com. I'm here with your Biz of Fizz tip for today, and your joke, observation, or anecdote for today. Start with the Biz of Fizz tip. Partnerships. Normally, I would say, I guess I would almost always say don't do partnership. But if you have to, if there's really no other way for you to do it, then you need to make sure that you do some things correctly if you're going to partner with somebody on business in general. Obviously, I'm the gym guy, so I'm talking about gyms, but this goes for any business. You've got, they fail, partnerships fail mainly because the work wasn't done beforehand. Not all the I's were dotted, T's were crossed. You and your partners really need to discuss expectations, job descriptions. You need to plan for emergencies, exit strategy, all that stuff. You really need to iron it out. You can't just go on verbal. I think of a story of a couple of partners for a small gym out in the southeast part of the country. And you know, the one partner just fired the other partner. And I don't know exactly how that legally went down, but I just know a couple weeks into it, he just got rid of him. He goes, well, you know, I thought he was going to sell or work twice or the same amount of money or the same amount of time, and he come in and the guy was working out and he wasn't letting people in. Anyway, you get the point. And it's just like, okay, well, how is that not discussed? And maybe it was, but how is that not in writing? You really need to make sure. Let me just say real quick. When I went into partnership with a gym years ago, we spent about, I think it was $1,600 on attorney's fees. It might have been 16 per. It was a lot of money, but we didn't have a choice. It was the smartest thing I ever did. So that's your business of fitness tip for today. Before you change your lives, let's go with an anecdote. Video games. I'm 39 years old, about to be 40. And so when I grew up in in 1980, I was 7. So early 80s, video games were pretty popular. Pac-Man. Remember Pac-Man? I was a whiz at Pac-Man, and I used to go to this resort in the summertime with my grandparents, and my parents would be up there, but I spent more time with my parents, and they had this Pac-Man machine at the lodge at this resort we stayed at, and the highest score got a 6-pack of soda. And so I'll never forget my grandfather telling me, well, since I was the best in the whole resort, it wasn't even close. He's like, well, just make sure when you beat that score from the time before that you stop, you die or whatever. He didn't really know the terminology. So that way you can beat it again next week, because he did it every week. So I thought that was kind of funny. I always think about my grandfather coaching me into how to get a 6-pack next week, because if I just really went crazy one week, then I wouldn't be able to get that high score again next week. Anyway, I don't know why I thought of that, but that's kind of a fun story for me. Does anybody have anything similar? I'd love to hear about it. Any kind of video game stories or any kind of coercion, maybe it's even slightly unethical with your grandparents or whatever. That's your anecdote for today. Go change some lives.